Liberty TV. Your window to the world. Liberty TV.
Do you have a special event coming up? G Events Africa, we make your moments unforgettable. We do live streaming of functions, photography and videography, graphic designing. We have the best event MCs to keep your function lively. We do wedding shoots and capture every smile. And don't forget, we host the funniest comedy night in Kasese municipality, commonly known as the Laughing Jack. Find us in Kasese municipality, or for more information call on 0787 237987. G Events Africa, your event, our passion.
International Labor Day. Yoweri Kaguta Museveni calls for wealth creation. Uganda launches first local anti-tick vaccine. Weso marks 40 years of supporting children. Caritas Kasese leads 50,000 tree planting drive. Hailstorm destroys crops in Kasese. Farmers cry for help. Good evening, dear viewers of Liberty Online TV. My name is Wambale Zili. It is 22 minutes past 8 p.m. Thank you for watching Liberty Online TV. Let me take a short breath as I come in for more news in details. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni joined workers across the country to mark International Labor Day celebrations held in Buyikwe district. The president used the occasion to emphasize wealth creation and productivity as key drivers of Uganda's economic transformation. Our reporter has more.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni joined the thousands of workers, leaders and stakeholders from across the country to mark the International Labor Day celebration held in Buyikwe district in an event that highlighted the critical role of labor in Uganda's social and economic transformation. The nation's celebration, held annually to honor the contribution of workers, brought together representatives from various sectors including public service, private enterprises, trade unions and informal workers, all united in recognizing the value of labor in national development.
Of introducing industrial parks around this country. So far, 8 of them are operational, and there are about 5,200 factories already functioning. Out of those, almost 1,300,000 young workers are already employed. And we thank you, sir. I wish Ugandans could clap for you. However, sir, we want to request you. These young people report for work very early in the morning, as early as 4 o'clock, and leave as late as 8 p.m. and they walk through dark places. Most of them are young girls. We want to request you, sir, that there should be a plan to provide affordable accommodation for these young workers.
Which steps alongside the parish development model underscore the vision for the dignified workforce, which we have always discussed all the time. And we specifically appreciate your promise to double the PDM funding of 200 million shillings per parish. This move will reduce the proportion of our people outside the money economy. Also, about 2 days ago, you also assented to Employment Act, Amendment Act 2025. And we want to thank you so much for those very, very, very positive steps. And for the private sector to lead effectively, we urge government to widen the
kanji ke wawangulanga 15 January 2026. Njagala okwebaza banabukunja, banabuyukwe, banakyagwe, banagreta mukono olw'akalulu akayitirivu ke mwawa President waffe omulungi ne mu mwaka lw'akayitirivu. Njagala okwebaza bannayuganda bonna naddala abakozi okubayozaayoza olunaku lwammwe olwaleero olwa International Labour Day. Njagala okwebaza abakozi bonna n'abo ababakozesa. Ekisookera ddala ffe nga bannabuyukwe twakafuna $23 billion mu maka 1,100 nga bafuna PDM. Njagala okwebaza President for that initiative. Njagala okwebaza President w'eggwanga nga bw'okimanyi wano abantu b'ebuyukwe babadde n'obuzibu bw'amataka. Kyokka twagala okwebaza directive gye wawa
trade and service delivery. According to Museveni, these sectors have the capacity not only to provide employment but also improve household incomes and uplift communities out of poverty. He further highlighted the role of government in facilitating this transformation through investments in infrastructure, improved road networks, electricity access, and programs aimed at supporting small and medium enterprises. He explained that such interventions are designed to create an enabling environment for both businesses and individuals to thrive. In his address, the President of Uganda also called upon financial institutions and national funds to prioritize investments in productive ventures that directly contribute to job creation and economic expansion. He cautioned against the practice of keeping large sums of money in non-productive investments, emphasizing that such resources should instead be directed towards sectors that stimulate growth and generate tangible benefits for citizens. Museveni retreated that wealth creation at a household level remains a key strategy in the fight against poverty. Nothing that when families are empowered to earn and sustain income, the overall standard of living improves and the nation economy becomes more resilient.
Abantu bave mutulo mulizo kuwabula. The problem is not job, the problem is being asleep. People are asleep. Eliona jenvude toraba. I don't see serious farming. Among is saying that people start business and they collapse because they borrow money from commercial banks.
Minister w'ebyabakozi agambye nti mugenda ne mwewola ssente ne mukola emirimu nga temugimanyi bulungi ne gigwa.
Bewola ssente z'amagoba g'obusuubuzi.
Mwewola ssente ku magoba amangi banka ze gateeseewo ne mukola bizinensi ne mutomera ne zigwa.
Why do you do that?
Lwaki mukola ekyo?
Because you should be patient. If you don't have, there is money, government money in UDB.
Mubeere bagumiikiriza waliwo ssente gavumenti zeetadde mu banka ey'okwekulaakulanya
eya government.
Eya gavumenti.
they give loans at 12%, 10%.
Bagaba bawola ku ssente entono ku magoba amatonotono aga ebitundu 12 oba 10 ku 100.
Not the commercial interest you get in commercial banks.
Si ku magoba gali ag'ebyobusuubuzi ge mufuna mu banks eziri endala ez'ebyobusuubuzi.
Then now the government has started very soft money for you in the parish model.
Government etandiseewo ssente entono ennyingi naye ku muwendo omutono mu parish development model.
We have now put about 500 million shillings in each parish.
Bataddewo obukadde nga 5 mu buli muluka.
In this kisanja which is ending now.
Mu kisanja kino ekiggwako.
If you concentrate on that,
bwe musimba essira ku ekyo,
and make sure it works and you fight all the bad people who are polluting it,
n'olwanyisa abantu bonna abakikuba oba bakirwanyisa,
then you should now be having, because the ones who got first should have started paying back now.
Abaasooka okufuna saawa zino balina okuba nga bazzaayo.
About 300 should have paid back.
Abantu nga 300 balina okuba nga bazzaayo kati.
So you already have 500 million in the parish, new money, plus 300 million recycled.
Mulina miliyoni 300 ez'abali abatandise okuzzaayo ne miliyoni 5 empya ze bongeddemu.
So the parish now has got 800 million shillings.
The event also featured cultural performances, recognition of outstanding workers, and message from labor leaders who called for improved working conditions, fair wages, and stronger protection of workers' rights. As the country joined the rest of the world in commemorating Labor Day, the celebration in Buyikwe district served as a reminder of the importance of hard work, innovation, and collective effort in driving Uganda's development agenda forward. Liberty TV at 8.
President Museveni affirmed the importance of empowering Ugandans to generate income at household level. Nothing that wealth creation remains central to reducing poverty and improving livelihoods. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has launched Uganda's first locally developed anti-tick vaccine in a move aimed at boosting livestock production and reducing losses caused by tick-borne diseases. This development marks a major milestone in the country's agricultural research and innovation sector. Our reporter has more.
And after drying, Your Excellency, we then come and fill the vaccine. Because the vaccine has already been produced outside, the bottles have been cleaned, dried, so we are clean, and this is now the filling machine.
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, has commissioned Uganda's first locally developed anti-tick vaccine during the ceremony held at the National Livestock Resources Research Institute in Namlonge, Wakiso District. The launch marks a significant milestone in the country's efforts to combat tick-borne diseases that has took decades affecting livestock productivity.
It is with great pleasure that we welcome you to Naro for the official commissioning of the first anti-tick vaccine manufacturing plant and launch of the first anti-tick vaccine in this country. This is what farmers have been waiting for. This is what Ugandans have been waiting for. This is actually what Africans and beyond have been waiting for.
The vaccine, developed under a government-funded initiative over 170 billion shillings, is designed to provide a safer and more sustainable alternative to traditional tick control methods such as acaricides, which are known to be toxic and also lose effectiveness over time.
Your Excellency and esteemed guests, today we open the state-of-the-art facility producing anti-tick vaccines that can save 16 million national livestock herd. with capacity also to produce more for export. Indeed, Uganda, East Africa, and Africa as a whole, we are proud to have such an innovation at this time when they have a shared vision to develop sustainable and resilient food systems and economies across the entire African continent. The blue tick, which we call Ishojo, and the boat-legged tick, which we call Mbarabara.
According to scientists from the National Agriculture Research Organization, the vaccine branded Narovac is expected to protect Uganda's estimated 16 million cattle, reduce reliance on imported veterinary products, and lower the cost of tick control for farmers.
Vaccine effectiveness against multiple tick species affecting the same host was rated at 93.2%. Your Excellency, this is a world record that has never been attained ever since this started. And we are proud that this has happened at this time.
Your Excellency, this manufacturing facility established by NARO is among a few modern pharmaceutical facilities on the continent designed to manufacture veterinary vaccines. We have inspected several on the continent, but this is really ultra modern. It is value for money. Your Excellency, today represents a milestone that is not merely the commissioning of the facility, but rather the realization of your leadership and vision for Uganda to develop solutions to Uganda's most pressing agricultural and socio-economic challenges through harnessing the power of science, innovation, and collaborations. My duty today is not to make a lot of speech in a subject that you are very conversant, but to thank you for supporting the animal industry and the livestock subsector in particular. Your Excellency, through your guidance and the existing policy of government, we have improved our genetics in animal resources using narrow and nagric for multiplication. And I'm happy to say that in the dairy sector, we are proud to be recording 5.3 billion liters of milk annually for a mere 700,000 liters in 1990. Your Excellency, our livestock has grown. We are now talking of 16.4 cattle, 35% of which are exotic cows. We are proud of our numbers of 17.4 million goats, 5 million sheep, 80 million hogs, and estimated 120 million.
Officials further revealed that the production facility has the capacity to manufacture millions of doses annually, positioning Uganda as the potential region hub for veterinary vaccine production. While addressing stakeholders, the President described ticks as a major challenge, particularly in cattle-keeping regions such as Shema, Kajara, and parts of Kashari, where farmers have continued to face heavy losses. He noted that the new innovation will significantly reduce losses by enabling cattle to develop resistance against ticks. Museveni emphasized that the breakthrough represents a shift towards science-led solutions in agriculture, adding that strengthening research and innovation remains a government policy and also provides additional to support scientists, including possible tax and recognition of their role in national development.
We have been telling you that the economy of Uganda has gone through 5 phases. Phase 1 was the minimum recovery of the small enclave economy of the 3 C's and 3 T's. Just being able to put back the supplies in the shops. Some of the factories produce sugar, make available salt and soap and so on. I can tell you that cattle keepers suffered a lot from these ticks. Areas of Shema, Kajara, many parts of Kajara, Igara, Bweju, even parts of Kashari never had tsetse flies. It were the other areas which had tsetse flies. But the biggest problem was ticks. These ticks they cause 4 diseases in cows. They cause amashio, which is East Coast fever. In Uganda, they call them amakebe. They cause kashanku, anaplasmosis. They cause omusto, babesiosis. They cause hot water, with the banyankolo called kizengerera. So all those were really big problems for farmers. So this is a very big step, and I congratulate the science community for this.
The launch is also expected to boost productivity in the livestock sector, improve farmers' incomes, and contribute to the country's broader agenda for agriculture, modernization, and economic growth. Liberty TV at 8.
Government officials say the new vaccine is expected to improve cattle health, increase productivity, and reduce the cost of tick control for farmers across the country. The breakthrough is part of ongoing efforts to strengthen agriculture through science and innovation. The Uganda Women's Effort to Save Orphans, WESO, has marked 40 years of helping vulnerable children and families in Uganda. This was during its annual General Assembly held in Kampala, where stakeholders reviewed the organization's progress and future plans. Our reporter has more.
The Uganda Women's Effort to Save Orphans, WESO, has been praised for its long work of helping children and young people in Uganda grow in skills, confidence, and character. At the annual General Assembly, stakeholders said they all share the goal of making sure every child supported by WESO is given a chance to succeed in life and to contribute to their society. They said WESO has grown from just giving help to children in need to now focusing on families becoming self-reliant and able to support themselves.
Abana bagenze beyongera ku streets zaffe mu bibuga byonna bye tugendamu ate abaana baffe tugenze okulaba ng'olusa abaana bano bayisibwa bubi ku nguudo. Ekintu kye twasalawo okukola nga USO emyaka gino egiweredde 2 oba 3 abaana tubajjawo ku streets we twogera tulina abaana 174 abali mu masuulita. Abaana bano tubatwala ne tubawulamu mu myaka gyabwe ne tubateeka mu bibiina ne basoma. Abaana ne tubayigiza eby'emikono eby'engalo abamu engeri y'okukanikamu emmotoka ne tulyoka tubazaayo ewaabwe e Karamoja oba ebitundu gye bavaamu. Nga bwe tulabye olwaleero tulonkinze ekibiina kye tuyise USO Alumni. Abaana abayita mu mikono gyaffe gya USO era abaana bavuddemu abatwenyumirizaamu. Nga bwe tulabye olwaleero omu lawyer, abamu tulinayo ba doctors, tulinayo ba engineer. Kitegeeza nti abaana bano abali ku street abamu tebeeyagalira. Bwe bafuna omukisa ne tubajjawo ne tubayigiriza ne basobola okukola ne tubayamba basobola okuvaamu ne bafuuka ekintu ekyetaagisa. Tulabye n'okulaba nti gavumenti etuyambye nnyo through Ministry of Gender. Omwaka guno etuwadde ssente obuwumbi 2 ne 2.6 bwe tusobola okutuyamba okukola bizinesi zino era n'okusobola okubanga tuyamba abaana bano betujja ku streets. Era mu ekyo tulina n'abaana abalala betuyamba ng'abaana abalina HIV AIDS betuwa emmere n'abazadde abaabazaala tubadde tulwaninga programu ey'Embaale n'ebifo ebirala n'eggulu North East area of Uganda.
And after being supported, they get families, they get to school, they get to know that they have a belonging, and that's how we have been able to impact across the country, the communities across the country. And because of this, we find that USO is so strong. Even when we are hit by some challenges, we are not shaken so badly because we are enriched and standing on the foundation of families and communities. We have our members up to the grassroots, from the national, regional, districts, sub-counties, and villages. That's how we are working, and that's how we are able to make an impact. From that part of the children, now we have gone into the level of helping youth. We have skills that we train children in skills. The youth, they are those that you land on when they have already passed that level of basic education and they are no longer able to take proper education, or others even have partly education and they want to cross into getting skills before they get very old. So we have vocational schools, we have our own vocational schools, and we also work with other partners. So we have also impacted youth. So our focus is on youth, women, and children. USO started as focusing on orphans, but right now, as I said, we have gone beyond orphans because we found that even those who have parents, for example, if a parent is in the slums, they need help. They have produced in that circumstances. They cannot help themselves. We have those that are on the streets. We have worked with the government so closely for the last 10 years to work to deal with the street children. Right now, as we are going into the swearing in, as we talk, the last week, Kasese had to do that operation to make sure that the city is clean and they don't have their own remand homes or the homes to put these children. It is USO that is receiving these children. So far in the last week, we have received almost like 300 children. They are being rehabilitated. We work on them psychologically to make them come back to normal, to know that life can still go on. And then after some months of rehabilitation, then we can be able to take them back to schools.
Speaker of Parliament Tayewa also said it is important to invest more in young children and guide them early so they grow up with rights, skills for further future.
USOs out there. The only way USO can also grow is by inspiring other USOs out there. People who are doing a lot, grandmothers who are looking after the orphans left behind by their children. Pastors who are doing a lot in church. Priests who are doing a lot by transforming our young people. You know, personally, if it wasn't for my grandmother, I wouldn't be here. You know, if it wasn't for my grandmother, a very old woman, and you know how they care for you. They call you my husband when you're just 3 years old. Yeah? And then they give you all the good titles and you feel inspired, you feel loved, you feel owned, you know. So there are many voices out there and I do hope they can be encouraged from this cause. I want to confess I have not been active. That is enough money for a widow, for an orphan, to take you to school and, you know. So we will discuss more, we shall see how to support. But most importantly, my wife told me that I should think of how through our businesses she will support you. But I've seen that issue of transport. I think if she gets for you like 10 motorcycles, what they do for the region? Because it seemed it was...
Stakeholders also talked about the need to improve access to digital learning so that children are not left behind in today's fast-changing world. As USO enters its 50th year, leaders promise to continue improving its work through teamwork, new ideas, and better ways of helping communities. They said they will work more with families, local leaders, and partners to make sure support reaches more vulnerable children. They further encouraged more support from different organizations so that USO can reach even more children in need across the country. Overall, the meeting showed Uweso's strong commitment to continue helping children, strengthening families and building better lives for communities across the country, Uganda. Liberty TV at 8.
Stakeholders have praised Uweso for its long-term work in improving the lives of children and families across Uganda. They say the organization will continue focusing on education, empowerment, and helping communities become self-reliant. Cartat Kasese has launched an ambitious campaign to plant 50,000 trees across Kasese district ahead of this year's Uganda Matters Day celebrations, in a move aimed at improving environmental conservation while preparing for the national event. Our reporter has more.
Caritas Kasese has spearheaded the major environmental campaign by leading the planting of 50,000 trees ahead of the Uganda Matters Day celebration as part of the efforts to promote environmental conservation and honor the legacy of the Uganda Matters.
So we are having different types for the highland, for poor coffee.
The initiative is being carried out in Kasese district under the guidance of Kasese Diocese in preparation for the 3rd June Uganda Matters celebration that will take place at Uganda Matters Shrine, Namugongo. The program is being implemented by Caritas Kasese, which is an organization working closely with the diocese to support community development activities, environmental protection and social support programs for local communities. The church leaders explain the tree planting exercise is not only a preparation activity for the Uganda Matters celebration, but also a long-term vision to restore the environment, protect nature, and remind Christians of their responsibility to care for God's creation. The Bishop, Right Reverend Aquinas Kibira, has emphasized that such initiatives are spiritually inspired and are part of the broader mission to combine faith with environmental responsibility, especially through the creation of a Uganda Matters Memorial Forest.
Kasanga Uganda Matters Catholic Church in Kasese Municipality in Kasese Diocese to launch the Uganda Matters Memorial Forest. This year, 2026, Kasese Diocese has been given the responsibility by the Uganda Episcopal Conference to animate the 3rd June Uganda Matters Namugongo celebrations. And we have put in line a number of activities: fundraising, preparing the choir, preparing foot pilgrims, and others. But among the preparations, we have highlighted and innovated planting trees in memory of our animation of Uganda Matters Celebrations 2026. It's an innovation we think has been given to us by the Holy Spirit, that as we celebrate the Ugandan Matters, that we also, in a way to prepare, we plant trees in our parishes, in our homes, and in the entire diocese and district to remember the matters as children of creation. Like each of us, we are children of creation, children of God, and we all depend on God's creation. And this innovation of planting a memorial Uganda Matters forest, we would love that through Caritas Uganda and Mother Earth Alliance Association, that every diocese every year may remind us of our duty to look after our environment, our beautiful country, Uganda, by planting trees. I would like to thank Father John Baptist Kule here, who heads our steering committee for Namugongo celebration, to have come up and accepted this way of preparing for our pilgrimage to Namugongo by planting trees. And our foot pilgrims who will move from here, they will first plant trees here in Kasese, and when they reach Fort Potro, we have also prepared a place where they will plant trees. When they reach Mubende, we have also prepared a place where they'll plant trees. When they reach Mitiana, the head or the center of the administration of Mchinda Mitiana Diocese, they also plant trees. And also reaching Kampala, they will also plant trees. So planting trees will be one of the most important activities that our foot pilgrims will carry out.
Father John Baptist Kule also expressed appreciation, saying he thanks the bishop for entrusting them with the responsibility of planting trees for the important celebration.
Father John Baptist Kule, the chairperson of the Central Organizing Committee for the celebration of the Uganda Matters. I thank the bishop for giving us the opportunity to do the preparations for this celebration. And I thank the so many people, organizations, companies that are assisting us to do this preparation. As far as the preparations are concerned, I must say that we are ready, we are getting ready. First of all, the liturgy has been prepared. The choir is preparing a lot. And we think by 3rd June, we shall give a good animation of the celebration of Namugongo.
Community members, youth groups, and church institutions are actively participating in planting the trees, with leaders expressing hope that this effort will leave a lasting green legacy for future generations while strengthening the meaning of Uganda Matters celebration. Liberty TV at 8.
Church leaders and patterns say the initiative will only support this year's Uganda's Mother celebration, but also leave a lasting environment impact, as communities are encouraged to continue planting trees and protect the environment even beyond the celebrations. Leaders have advised farmers and the community in Nikabatunda, Kerabao Town Council in Kasese district to remain alert and prepare for possible river flooding and hailstorms as heavy rains continue to affect the area and causing fear among residents. Our reporter has more.
Leaders have advised farmers and the community to remain very alert and fully prepared for the possible river flooding and hailstorms, as heavy and continuous rains are still affecting different parts of the region and may continue in the coming days. In Kasese district, a very hailstorm has caused serious destruction to crops, leaving more than 58 households in deep shock, pain, and total despair after their gardens were completely damaged by the sudden and strong storm.
Saba bamenyererende tukende trunga nembula mwende bisoka no muti nembula tukende trunga ebitsebo ebirengebyo ebyamawe chabarongera ebyamawe kabatunda kiraba reshenyu sisikendi osuli ngokumwana langira nani charumba nasa no ino unde mundu anabuliri owe kamuruli anabuliri nayo mwelo mwakatala amaendo mwiyolo zangu mana mbende tiata ikewe yaenda tulangire ulusi tulekere rusoka tulangire tutetu abali mwa tunyumba tueremereri tuende mwaende nyumba kundende myanya inayo hawa ngaenda neryo abachapa sonizelo siwano bana mutekinga record bana mahandika bandu abali mwa tunyumba oto kanitwa ba advising konde bahatya sizole menyesa haya ikendi asiramu hatange sitomu kuhabya kanyumba kananiri kambe kabiritere abantu ambe babiriteseka so ejo ngaba esaba okwezi kwa katano kutwa matsuka munabure kuno munasi history yatu ya Kasese mamukabye mbula enen ekakola kasara
The hailstorm came unexpectedly and destroyed crops that were almost ready for harvest, which has now left many families without food, without income, and without any clear way of surviving in the coming weeks. Many of the affected farmers explained that they had invested money from the parish development model, commonly known as PDM, into their farming activities, but now they are worried and confused because the crops they depended on have been completely wiped out.
Mutukawa kwechitsebe chembura yamasana matwa yabitsa ndebindu binane byabataka engali yasabende government itwanguhere iwatika abandu bethu abiri omukitsi weki kundi nzara nene situtu kutonga ihaho mutete tuwe teacher so erisabali yenga winde government irangire kutsibitemo oti abandu bethu abeka batundakira utoni kanso usanane kitsibu kingana nyoshi walunya abira hete ushabire abiri komiri kwira omabira ra mu kukitraka yabikusa bitutu kayali na byabiri komikwira umebihimba binyobwa eshanyanya actually sutu na mihogo if anything isali kintu cyonga tuwanga na hambako otherwise tukasaba mutu wetikaye kutsebo mutuma iho mukitsibwechi kandi neshene juice obuli kitogoli cyusi ki jumbiro mu kintu kinange ntuma kurure kituma wobera mu kintu kituma namwe shasende kinga tuweticha abana betu sende school soma mane tuweticha abweta mu ituketsukei abana 7 soma ngali asaba epidem yabali atwa twamataka yengero yema bikwirayo engali asabye government etwanyire situtukese sende shayi batukiri obuli kutsi batongere sende batwa top up so that tukese twesende shawo ye request yenga saba ye yarengana mande kanani ebulaka batundakira batoni kanso
mungatuke na mena amena wangale mupanda Charles ngikere kiraba kabatunda kiraba town council na mbulamo ekawo mwachero okubutu kubasa irutukasa hini ngala ngwenga ni mwa nyumba ya masano ya munganabe na nama yenga so wembula amatandikira no mwa nyumba yamalabano mwa iwulu kwa nyumba hosi yama kwa metu ngiro mwa nyumba twa masalamu ne tukata betera no murima mweyishe twa mbala here laba na rebwa mabukasa omukiro omumbula ama kwa mere were wo mama twa maka kwa mere asala manene na rebindu byebisi byama kwa mere sisikara
inje mukaru jora ngabute byale byabiritsanda abehemba byabiritsanda abekusa byabiritsanda esinyanya byabiritsanda naho wayi emiyeri muyikasa nda yemaro yoro kusanda amandaro mungoda yamasesendro kunyumba yayiri abarere koleka so twabitsanda ebindu yethu twabitsanda kutsebe mu community yekiraba so tukasaba buyembi government yethu a teacher otherwise obutuku amezi wakasambere ngomukakata n'umukumukaga tukebirikako tukebora banga tukituka research
rubuka byasa initiative embulamo ekawanyena na matwe ya mawire yima embula ya mawa yabitu tsandiria nginjawa yabinyitsandirio omwoni yabiralire wahese emihogo yabetsanda eshamba kushabetsanda ebirimo bikasire yima byamasibya malabo kunyumba yayi elondra bowolo hauma neyikwa nerukasa injinga saba inde government ikole yeti itwotika yi nginje mutonya Juliet nabirire PDM esa henunga nabirire omwa marema ngabulanga ngesulusha hayi ngasabinde government itwotika yi ivinga katongeraho tutoke ribe tukaba nesendisi amana ina masiala nje male mawayi kungasa marerau ngabara mu milioni ngumana chitsweka.
The farmers are now making an emotional appeal to the government, requesting for more support, longer repayment time for the PDM funds, or in some cases even asking forgiveness of the loans since they have suffered heavy losses that were beyond their control. Local leaders continue to encourage residents, especially those living in flood-prone and low-lying areas, to stay cautious and take all necessary precautions because more rainfall and possible hailstorms are still expected. Authorities are still monitoring the situation closely as the affected families try to recover from their destruction and rebuild their livelihoods. Liberty TV at 8.
Authorities in Kasese district say they are closely monitoring the situation in Kabatunda, Kerabauton Council, as affected families continue to recover from the hailstorm, with urgent call for support to help restore their livelihood. Thank you for watching Liberty at 8. We love you so much. Keep the time. Make it the same tomorrow.
In western Uganda, at the foots of mighty Mount Rwenzori, lies a land blessed with beauty and life, where rivers flow, nature thrives, and culture lives strong. From this proud land of Kasese district, a voice rises to tell our stories, to connect our people, and to share our world, bringing you news, culture, and entertainment from Kasese district and beyond. Liberty TV broadcasting live from Kasese district, your window to the world. Liberty TV. Liberty TV.